Let's meet again. Video number 2, section 2, chapter 7, lesson 1, sleep and dreams. So today we're going to be talking about the sleep and dream again. This is part 2 of the lesson. As we've mentioned last time, or as we've talked about last time, Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud is a psychologist who's very well known, and a scientist at the same time, who has studied the unconscious mind or the level of consciousness. As I've mentioned before, that he divided our conscious into 3 levels. The unconscious level, as you can see here down, the pre-conscious level, and the conscious level. So everybody knows that our brain, according to Sigmund Freud theory, consists of 3 levels. The conscious level, which has our thoughts, what we are thinking about now, or our perceptions, what we're going to understand from others. So this is the conscious level, which has the interchange or the communication processes which happens with all persons around us. The pre-conscious level, actually, which has our memories, which keeps popping up to our conscious level, hitting us always to remind us with bad or whatever good memories, which make us whether happy or sad. Also, we have the stored knowledge, and it stored all the knowledges or the knowledge and experience that we have faced during our life, consisting of whatever practical knowledge or any kind of experience that we have faced during our life. So the conscious and the pre-conscious are very obvious. The unconscious level, which is according to Sigmund Freud theory, will control all of our actions. He says that if we are dreaming with something, or if we are behaving or acting the same in any way, this is because of our unconscious mind or unconscious level of thinking. Because in our unconscious mind, we have the violent motives, the unacceptable desires, the fears, the irrational wishes, shameful experience, immoral urges, and selfish needs. We have all of these kind of thoughts and experiences and everything we want to do with other people, but actually we cannot show them or we cannot move them to the conscious level because of our culture, our society, the people around us, which will not accept these motives. But he says that every behavior a human being does has one of these motives or one of these desires in the unconscious level. So what's meant by the circadian rhythm? The circadian rhythm. Circadian level, as I told you before, it's like something very obvious to us, which is called the biological clock. Biological clock, we believe that we have like an internal clock inside our bodies, which helps us to regulate our sleep and wakefulness cycle. So the biological clock tells you when to wake up instead of having like an alarm clock. It will make you wake up in the morning very early or make you sleep at night at a certain time. Sometimes we ask ourselves why we are in the weekend, wake up at a certain time, although we don't have something to go for or we don't have an alarm clock working. This is because of the biological clock, actually, which is called the circadian rhythm. Also, we have our blood pressure, our heart rate, our appetite, circulation of hormones, digestive enzymes. All of these follow the same circadian rhythm. So it's a biological clock that is genetically programmed to regulate our physiological responses within a period with actually 24 hours. But it doesn't control our life cycle because you grow up, whatever happens in your physiological responses, or whatever you are with the biological clock or against it. For example, if you stay up late, very late at night, if you don't sleep early, if you don't have something to eat like the certain appetite asks you, or your hormones are controlling you, makes you sad or happy, it does not also affect your life cycle. You're going to grow whatever happens. Sleep disorders. As we've mentioned, the sleep stages, what's the difference between NERM or REM and non-REM. All of these, we have mentioned them. Also, we have sleep problems. As I told you before, that in stage 4, it is the stage where the sleeping problem can happen or appear. We have different types of sleeping problem. The first one is insomnia. It's an abnormal inability to obtain sleep. It has many causes and it takes many forms. It may be caused by anxiety or depression. So insomnia is very famous or one of the most important sleep disorders, which happens to almost everyone. Sometimes you have a problem at work, you have a problem at home, you have a problem with your studying or whatever. You have insomnia, you can't sleep all night because you are pressured, you're thinking of a deep problem. So insomnia is a common sleep disorder which happens almost to everybody, which is inability to sleep. And it takes many forms, and actually sometimes it is caused by anxiety, or if it's very deep or it continues for several days, it's because of a deep depression. Okay, we have also the apnea sleep disorder. Apnea sleep disorder causes frequent interruptions of breathing during sleep, which is very well known as snoring. So the apnea sleep disorder happens also to several people. They are living with it, although sometimes it is a deep problem, but it happens. They have figured out some solutions for this problem, but still people suffer from it till today. Sometimes it has psychological reasons, and sometimes it has physiological reasons. Narcolepsy, which is a permanent and overwhelming feeling of sleepiness and fatigue. They suddenly fall asleep or feel very sleep all day. It also includes dream-like hallucinations. People with narcolepsy may have sleep attacks accompanied by REM sleep. They are prone to accidents because they have fallen asleep. So this problem actually is a very dangerous problem because it happens to people. Sometimes out of nowhere, you have like a permanent and overwhelming feeling of sleepiness. And fatigue. You sometimes fall asleep. And you feel, if you are awake, you feel very sleepy all day. It includes something like hallucinations, dream-like people. Actually, it attacks accompanied by REM sleep. So it's a little bit REM sleep, which means that you are paralyzed. You cannot move your arms, your legs, so you are not in control of your body. Actually, these people who have this disease, they are danger prone to accidents because they actually fall asleep. Next problem is the nightmare or nightmares. It occurs during REM sleep. They are maybe frightened, and the sleeper may have a vivid memory of it. So nightmares are frightened sleeping, and it happens during night, and it gives you a vivid memory of it. Night terrors. Night terrors happen during stage 5 of sleep, within an hour after going to bed. It lasts actually from 5 to 20 minutes, and it involves screaming, sweating, confusion, and rapid heart rate. So night terrors, actually it's a little bit close to nightmares, but it happens during stage 5. It happens within an hour after going to bed, and it sometimes lasts from 5 to 20 minutes. It involves screaming, sweating, confusion, and rapid heart rate. Sleepwalking, also a very common problem. It is a disorder where a person is partly, not completely awake. That person may walk or may do things clumsily without any memory of it. It is a very common problem among children more than adults. So you sleep while walking. It happened. Sleep talking. It's also a very common problem, but it's harmless because you can talk during your sleep. Sometimes you pause while you are speaking as if you are in a conversation or someone is talking to you. So mainly these are the most important or the most common sleeping problem. Okay, let's move here to dreams again. Everyone dreams, but not everyone remember their dreams. People who are coming from culture that value dreams usually remember them. Dreams start as a vague activity or thoughts of what happened during the day, then dreams are longer and more vivid. We need to have dreams in order to get rid of stress. So dreams actually mean something, whatever it is, like a vivid memory of what happens during our day, or it gives us an alarm to something that will happen. We need to have dreams in order also to get rid of stress. The content of our dreams. Societies with a culture that value dreams will take care or will remember their dreams because its content is very important for them. Dreams happen in common places with setting. They include emotions, feelings. It also have negative dreams, which are nightmares. So societies with a special or with their culture that value dreams will have to control this, or will have to value that dreams, or have to interpret what dreams mean. Dreams interpretation. To interpret the dream is to tell the meaning of the dream. Actually, we're going to get back to Freud, which believed that dreams has hidden meanings and people enter spiritual world when they dream, where they interact with those who passed away, which helps the living to reflect on some current or future events. So Freud believed that dreams has hidden meaning, and people enter spiritual world in order to meet or interact with those who already died or passed away, to help them how to reflect on some current events or maybe events that will happen in the future. But actually we have Nathaniel Kleteman, which believed that dreaming may serve no function. We have Francis Crick, which believed that dreams are brain way of removing unwanted memories. So we have three different types of opinions about dreams. The most exotic one, or the most important one, is Freud's, which believed that we may go to a spiritual world in order to meet people who passed away, to tell us about what happens in the future, or something, or reflect on something maybe happened in the past. The last thing for today is the daydreaming. Actually, daydreaming requires a low level of awareness. They serve many purposes, such as reminding or preparing us for future events. For example, you're going to be having a very important meeting, or you're going to be meeting someone, whatever, a friend or whatever his rank. You are going to dream of your meeting. What are you going to say? What will he say? What are you going to answer him back? This is called a daydreaming. It helps us control our emotions or to prepare ourselves for what's happening next in future events. That's it for this lesson, Sleep and Dreams, and see you next week, inshallah.